Hello, this is a short demonstration which illustrates how easy it is to embed a DXP-powered journey flow into an existing web user interface, such as that of the Verizon Wireless website. To set the scene, this demonstration is running from a local copy of the Verizon website, simply extracted using Chrome's Save as Web Page Complete feature. I'm then running that from my laptop with a local Nginx server pointing to those extracted files as local content. Apart from that, I have a DXP app engine running out of our demonstration environment. So to begin with, I'll just show you the unaltered website. This may not be an exact copy of the Verizon website, as some of the assets may have been not extracted successfully, but you get the idea. What I'm going to do is put a small DXP flow here, where I'm indicating where the iPhone panel is, just to replace that with a DXP-powered flow. To make this easier, I've marked up a copy of the HTML here, and you'll see that just as I make the changes here. I'm also using WebStorm here as my IDE, just for convenience. Obviously, this is just an HTML page, so basically any editor here you can use for this particular form of this demonstration. So here is the website's index.html, again, just extracted from the website. And this is unaltered except for some comments here which I've added just to make it easier for it to find my place. And the first thing I need to do is to get the web page itself to load the DXP client JavaScript libraries. So I need to include those in the header of the page. So what I'll do is I go here, which is where I have this information, and I will just copy this here and paste it on the page. So I'll copy that, move across to here, and where I've indicated, I'll just paste it in here. Okay, so what this is doing is this is loading the DXP Angular libraries and JavaScript libraries, as you see here, called Honeybee, the old name for DXP, and also doing some configuration. Now, the other thing I should point out is I'm using here the Angular.js, so the Angular 1 version of the DXP client. The DXP Angular 6 client is available very shortly. So I'm loading those libraries, and the next thing I'm doing is I am also configuring Angular to load those libraries and passing some configuration. In particular, the parts of configuration that I need to apply are the URI of the app engine itself, and also some business context. And in this case, what I'm passing in is the channel name. So this allows the DXP app engine to differentiate requests from this channel to any other channel, and allows a journey configurator to make changes so that a differing presentation or differing information, differing logic can be presented to the user based upon channel. And that's fully within the control of the DXP configurator based upon his or her choices of flow logic and business rules that they create within the application that they've built. So that's the first thing I have to do. The next step now is I need to tell the Angular module where to display on the page. So I need to get to work on the HTML for the panel I showed you earlier. So I will search for that here and search down. Here we go. So the first thing I need to do is just to change this text, just to make it more relevant for the purpose of the demonstration. So here we go. I'll just copy this in. In theory, you could have this text delivered from the application itself, but we haven't done that, so I'm just using some literal text here. And the also thing I need to do is just delete the existing content because we don't want that anymore. So the next thing I need to do is to tell Angular where to put the content that it's going to get. So here we go. So that's all I need to do there. So what I've done is I've added a single div here, which is then telling Angular which controller to use, in this case the DXP client, and then also the service to invoke. So this is the name of the service that I created using Beekeeper, the DXP journey creation tool. I happen to call it Trade in Check, but it could be anything, and any of those services are available to be deployed in this way. Finally, we have HB Simple Flow here, which is the directive to our Angular client just to control the type of navigation that is available to the client in this particular case. So that should be all I need to do. If I save that and then change and refresh, so excuse me, wrong window, here we go. If I refresh this, what you should see now here is, yes, we now have here loaded here the various elements and fields that have been instructed by the DXP App Engine to the DXP client that it should be presenting. Now, it doesn't look great. It's just it's inherited some styling from the parent page, but otherwise it's just defaulting to some basics. So what we can do is we can alter that by just updating some CSS. So if I go back to my text here, and then just include here a style sheet, which is a very simple style sheet, which just styles up some of those form elements, and then include that right back up at the top in the header again. Do that here. And then reload my page. And refresh that. What you should see now is we've got a little bit more styling, more in line with the styling in the parent page. And obviously those can be changed to your requirements. So now we can simply show that we now have a working flow here, and I can submit there, and you can see, yes, I will submit that, we submit that, and then we're done. So that is just to illustrate how in this case, a very simple flow, but nevertheless a simple flow can be injected in this case. But obviously these flows can be as complex as we need them to be, and can be deployed wherever we need them. So that's the end of the short demonstration. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching.